It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everyone. From Ernie, Shaq, and Kenny, we're all looking forward to the same thing, the first game of the regular season. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Boston Celtics in Boston. Taking a look at the Celtics, the waiting game is over. They've been building team chemistry, refining their strategy. They feel like they have a great game plan in place to nab a victory in Game 1. And tonight, we'll get to see it all unfold. Here we are, opening night. Every club can have high aspirations. But Kenny, what's the key to growing throughout the year?
Oh, when you said club, I was thinking nightclub. Oh, what are you talking about?
Of course, you always
but, you know, you got to be willing to adjust. Honestly, be willing to adjust. Don't stick with the same plan just because you might think it worked. If it's not working, it's going to show you it's not working.
You know, it's a long road, so you can never get too high or get too low. And remember, just have fun along the way.
Kind of like we do here.
Yes.
Isn't this a blast?
Yes, it is.
Oh, do we have fun?
We do.
What's the most fun about this job for us?
Just looking at you every day.
Oh, man. You know, man. I feel the same way about Kenny. You feel that way looking at him?
No, I like, when I look this way, it's this fun. Oh, there's one there, but that's fun, too.
We do have a good time. We were having a good time.
Boston fans already at a fever pitch inside the arena. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. Boy, do we have a treat for you folks. The big ticket is here. Kevin Garnett in the house. KG, welcome.
Man, a lot of people don't know that you actually gave me the name, The Big Ticket. Dude. K-Hard, man. I hope you got a package of all this somewhere. I hope you own all the names that you've given over the years.
You are the big ticket still. Great to have Kevin Garnett. This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Redick and Covington, the shooters on the wing. The incredible Simmons and Embiid down low. And it's McConnell in at the one. And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. Yep, that one goes.
Well, Gordon Hayward showing he can score from just about anywhere, but he's especially dangerous close in.
Kevin, you talk a lot about passion, but also fundamentals. Who are some of the guys you faced that had great footwork that you admired and maybe even picked something up in terms of footwork after watching them play?
You know, footwork that jumps right out at me. Charles Barkley had really good footwork.
Interesting.
He was 6'4", undersized.
Yes.
He was able to use his body a lot. He was very physical. A lot of people don't know Charles Barkley had an unbelievable vertical. Yeah, Tim Duncan had really good feet also. Rasheed Wallace had really good feet work. Shaq, believe it or not, I didn't really guard a lot of Shaq, but Shaq had a really good feet. You know, you can really go through the whole catalog of guys. I'm thinking Zach Randolph because he was always opening up. Chris Bosh had really good feet.
Great names. Here's Tatum. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Tatum's got his second basket of the game. And Simmons kicks to McConnell. Now Embiid. Shot clock at 6. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Kevin, you think about the work that goes into being an elite player. Describe that. What did you try to accomplish?
What are you going to do in these positions right here? When they trap you, how are you going to get the ball out? When you're not trapped, when you're one-on-one, what are the moves you're working on down here? Okay, on the right block. Okay, what about the left block? What about the top of the key? You get an ISO top of the key, what are you going to do? 5 seconds, what are you going to do? So you have to invest in yourself. After you get done with that, that's probably 45 minutes to an hour. You go in, you shower, you get done with that, you take your behind home, you sit, you rest. Now you, obviously, as a person, you're living as a human being, your everyday life. But yeah, it's a lot.
Sounds exhausting.
It is, but it is a cycle that you are able to create for yourself. And once you're in it, and it turns over like an every day. You know, this is what you do every day, sort of like a routine. And once you get that routine, it is what it is. And I was able to keep a routine for 21 years.
Amazing.
Amazing. And you know what?
21 years.
21 years, I added things onto my routine, but if you ask anybody to play with me, they see my routine. I did my routine every day. Never missed a day of not doing my routine.
And the type of leader you are, Kevin, the idea of coaching must have crossed your mind at some time. Am I right?
Oh, no. Listen, I like to think.
Too much?
You know what? You have to have a certain patience for coaching. I like to think of myself as a teacher. I like to think of myself as being able to articulate certain things about the game, having a high IQ, being able to translate that from, how I'm thinking to showing you. Those are the things that enthusiastic about, some stuff I want to show about. I don't have any enthusiasm about being out here, X's and O's, drawing up a play. That, man, being a coach is a huge responsibility.
And if they couldn't match your intensity, I'm sure that would frustrate you as a coach, right?
You have to understand that not matching my intensity, but getting a goal done. How you go about something is your way. As long as we're here to reach the same goal.
Yes.
I can't tell you how hard to do something, but I will hope that you would do it hard enough to where it was preventative or however hard it took to reach the goal. And, I've always said that if I'm able to teach someone and get them to work with me, I would hope that they would put some velocity in it in the hopes in which I win at it. That's the only way you got to go at it.
Well said. On defense, Philadelphia, following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. KG, you had so much success as a high school player. In fact, you were on the cover of Sports Illustrated. How about that, huh? How about I can see the picture in my mind's eye right now.
Kev, that fell in my lap, man. That wasn't something that I was striving for, but who doesn't want to be on the cover of anything? And nonetheless, that's...
Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. Daniel Tice comes in for Tatum. Marcus Morris is checked in for Gordon Hayward. And Smart subbed in for Jaylen Brown.
Well, an NBA champion, that's what we can say about Kyrie Irving. This guy embraces the challenges and loves the spotlight.
AI kicks to Muscala. Over in the corner, Chandler. Over Morris. Off the left rim and out.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Rebound by the 76ers. This, of course, being game 1 of the season, is their first look at the Celtics.
Yeah, plenty of familiarity in this matchup. Last season, they were knocked out of the playoffs by this club.
Here's Fultz. And good coming on the assist by AI. Fultz has got his first bucket of the night.
You don't pass for the sake of passing. You wait until the defense commits. And AI doing that, finding the man breaking open.
Nice shot by Smart.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
AI kicks to Muscala. Now here's Fultz, guarded by Smart. Fultz the pass to Šarić. "13 feet away." That shot missing. Here's the Celtics with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Irving. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
How quickly Kyrie squares up so quickly after a dribble, even on pull-ups. That is difficult to guard.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Oh, guys, there are not many strokes more pure than that of Kyrie Irving's.
Here's Šarić. And that's not going to go. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Boston on top, up by 9. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he gravitated towards basketball instead of baseball.
Coming from a place where, baseball is what's driven to us every time. I mean, I started playing baseball. I didn't play basketball. I started playing baseball, and, just watching my dad play basketball, I just fell in love with the game. But people were still telling me, they're like, nobody makes it out of here, usually out of basketball. I mean, your dad was a very rare case, and I just believed in it.
Wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
I think their play calling has been exceptional. They've played with purpose, and they've played with aggressiveness.
We've got Aaron Baines. Marcus Smart is out there with Terry Rozier. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Tice in at the 4 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached the Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A., thanks. A 3 from Morris, and he's good on the 3-ball. Morris has got the first basket of the second quarter for Boston. And Kevin, you think about some of your toughest matchups. What about Shaquille O'Neal? What was it like defending Big Shaq?
You know what, man? Shaq, later on in our years, I had to guard him later, man. I told y'all, man. I guarded Shaq one time in the Cleveland series. And it was like holding up the side of a house. Seriously. Listen, I want y'all to go home and do this. I know I usually use food, right?
Yeah, right.
We're going to use materials in houses today, okay? I want you to go home, tell your wife, your girlfriend to ignore you. Cut out the side of your house. Go get your homeboy, have him help you. After he cuts the side of it, I want you to hold up the side of the house with your forearm for the whole 24 hours. Oh. Matter of fact, let's just do 2 hours.
Okay, all right,
2 hours. I don't want to break your arm.
Okay, yeah.
After 2 hours, you're going to push the house back, reseal it with some glue or whatever, right? Not my problem. That's how your arm feels, guarding Shaq.
Really?
I couldn't even wave at people right-handed for a whole day.
You had to wave left-handed?
I had to wave left-handed. And people know me. I'm all right-handed. I'm all, nothing left-handed. I throw my hand in the
That is a big drink of water,
listen,
isn't
man,
it?
listen, I have so many respect for all the centers that have guarded Shaq. Seriously, rest in peace to all the centers Shaq has destroyed.
Exhausting.
Shaq is like a side of your house. For all y'all wonder what it's like. And all y'all want some of the diesel, What it's like to guard the Diesel, go out and try to hold up your house. The Diesel. Shout to the Diesel.
And Kevin, you were so loyal, but can you imagine your career had you not been traded to Boston and played with those guys and had that coach and in that city with all that tradition? Can you even imagine your career?
You know what? I should have did it earlier. I should have got with Paul earlier. I told him that.
Everybody wants to play with him. Everyone wants to play with you.
Yeah, Paul and I should have got together earlier, but, through the loyalty and still feeling like, you can still do it. You got to have a machine behind you. Management has to be behind you. They got to be willing to put up dollars and be as boisterous as you are. I got to experience Boston and having a machine behind us, and Doc Rivers controlled that whole thing as much as he could, and it worked. So yeah.
And a new group in for the Celtics. And so it's Boston in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their defense has been terrific in this game. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, you're in a good position here at the break. What do you tell your team to make sure they don't let up?
Well, I don't think it's about letting up or playing better, or it's just playing the right way. We just have to play good basketball. And we talked about it before the game. That's our goal going into the game. That doesn't change no matter what the score is. So that'll be the discussion at halftime.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You looking. Some changes here for the 76ers. Johnson comes in for Simmons, and AI is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Embiid kicks to AI. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Embiid sets the pick for Covington. 6 to shoot. AI outside. Nailed from three-point land. AI's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Love the teamwork there. AI catches on time, in rhythm, lights out.
And so in the game for the 76ers, Redick and Covington, the shooters on the wing. Amir Johnson is out there with Embiid, and it's AI in at the point guard position. Now here's Fultz. Brown's checked in for the Celtics. Then for the 76ers, Korkmaz checked in for Chandler. Smith comes in for Robert Covington. And AI is subbed in for Markelle Fultz. That free throw good from Brown.
How exciting is Jaylen Brown as a basketball player? This guy is a skilled forward who loves showing off that ability to dunk the basketball.
Filling out the wings, it's Brown and Hayward. Horford is out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Irving at the point. That's the Boston 5. The Celtics have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Brown with it. Now Smith defending. Picked by Horford. Outside Irving. Off target with his 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Korkmaz. Defended by Hayward. Korkmaz passes to Embiid. Clock at 6. AI kicks to Smith. Lets it go from deep. And Horford pulls it down. Boston's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Horford sets a screen for Brown. Irving with the ball. Working on AI. Boston again missing. Philadelphia's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here
for Boston.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kyrie Irving.
Boy, what a tremendous display of offensive firepower. It mattered not the size, the type of defender they put on him. He made easy work of it.
And that versatility that Johnson offers has a huge upside. He's mobile and strong enough that he can defend either front court position, and that's a great tool for any team to have.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Then for the 76ers, Mike Muscala comes in for Embiid, and Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Smith. Here's Baines. Rebound by Muscala. From deep. AI can't hit. Now here's Smart. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. With Kyrie Irving, it's early in the season, so what's the most important thing to getting off on the right foot?
Great days of practice, honestly, and being prepared. Always communicating and trusting each other. That's going to be the biggest word for us this year is trust. Like I said, consistency and trust.
We will see. It's a long season if you can get that done, Kyrie. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.